Good morning. You're on the air with Congressman Barrett.
Good morning, Rick. Good morning, Congressman Barrett.
Good morning,
this is Chuck out here in Iowa.
Yes, sir.
I call your office every now and then when something gets me fired up.
Yes, sir.
And I understand from Rick's show this morning you're wanting to run for governor in this couple of years.
Yes, sir.
And I just have a simple question.
Sure.
Why should a tax-paying South Carolinian vote for a gentleman who voted to give away nearly $1 trillion to people who have already proven that they can't run businesses? I refer to, of course, the first bailout package.
Yes, sir.
You know, I mean, according to your office people, the flood of calls was like 95% against that thing, and it spit in the face of all those taxpayers that called your office. Could you explain why we should vote for you?
Absolutely. I'll be more than happy to. And thank you for your call, sir. I appreciate it.
Thanks. Appreciate that. I'll take clear the line here. Okay.
You know, back in the fall, I honestly believe we were at the crossroads of not only a United States global meltdown, but a United States meltdown, but a global meltdown. President Bush brought a plan to the Congress, along with Secretary Paulson, and said, this is what we need to do. We need to buy the toxic assets. We need to stabilize the markets, and it is imperative that we do this. And believe it or not, I believed him, and I understood what was going on. Now, was the plan implemented like it was supposed to? Absolutely not. When Chairman Bernanke came to the committee, I said, you know, was this plan, as it was sold to the United States Congress, that we were going to buy the toxic assets, get these off the books, and help stabilize this thing and turn it around, was it implemented like it was supposed to? No, it was not. So where do we go from here? Well, there's absolutely no do-overs in Congress the last time I saw. So we have been dogged. In fact, we're doing a TARP hearing either today or tomorrow, a toxic asset relief program hearing to talk about that, to make sure that we are accountable to the taxpayers of where this money's going, what it was used for, and report the transparency back to the American people. But I'll tell you, you know, a lot of people may not have agreed with me on that vote. I will put my conservative record, my credentials, against anybody in the United States Congress. It was something that I felt like that the economy had to do, and you know, we've got to go from here. We've got to make sure that we do bring the transparency, that we do bring the accountability to the market, and that's what my fight's going to be, has been, and will continue to be for the next 2 years in the United States Congress.
Well, you know, during that period of time, I was certainly against that, and still am, because I believe, and many others do as well, and this is also looking at the opinions of many people who are in the financial world, and also those that have interjected a little more common sense, and I know we've experienced the death of that in this country, unfortunately. They're saying that the market, no matter what the president does, no matter what the Congress does, no matter what Bernanke does, will correct. No matter what, it will correct, and its own time as well. So what we're doing now is just doing nothing more than creating hyperinflation for the people out here who are trying to make ends meet and wonder where the heck they're gonna get the money to pay their power bill.
One of the questions that we asked Bernanke when he came to the Hill, Rick, is what about this money? All this infusion of cash that is in the market. I mean, does it have the possibility of creating hyperinflation, inflation, whatever? Absolutely, it does. And once things get to circulate, and once things get to click, and they will. It is so important for the feds to retract this money out of the economy, because it's like you said. I mean, you could literally have a wheelbarrow load of money and not be able to buy anything. So we
don't learn from history, do we? I mean,
absolutely.
Germany proved that.
But I think it begs back to the point that if we're going to turn this economy around, we've got to empower people.
Sure. Not
government. We need to do it through the tax code. We need to do it through a dear friend of mine from Texas, Louis Gomer, had a wonderful suggestion: payroll taxes, FICA, that the employers pay and the employees pay.
That's correct.
Why don't we suspend those for a month, 6 months, a year, whatever? Those are monies, because I think most people out there, I mean, I get paid once a month. A lot of people get paid twice a month. I think the largest majority, especially small business, when I was in small business, we paid once a week.
Yeah.
Those are monies in the pocketbooks of not only the employee but the employer, because you're matching that, that you can use immediately. So, I mean, of course, that's fallen on deaf ears, but I think that is one way that we could get some immediate relief.
What they're going to do is create one of the greatest underground economies this country's ever seen or known by continuing on the path that they're on now, I believe. And that's just off the cuff what I firmly believe. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I think you know it as well as I.
Yeah.
It's sad, but it's going to happen. People are tired of being pushed around. Washington was right. Government is force. It's like fire. It's a fearful, fearful master and a benevolent servant.
Absolutely.
And this is something that people are very much aware of anymore. I ran a little piece yesterday. I forget the gentleman's name who portrayed Thomas Paine in a YouTube piece called Common Sense in the modern day term and putting everything in context. But he's dressed in the attire of the age, and he puts forward some very valid points. And it's about 6 minutes long. Log on to WAIM.us if you've got time today sometime, Congressman. It's up there.
I'll take a look at it. Now, sorry, my friend, I need to run.
I know. You got to do things. And give us a call when you can stay longer.
Okay, buddy.
We might provide you a cup of coffee if you're sweet.
Tell Marcus said, hey.
I'll do it.
Thanks.
Have
Thanks,
a good
Rick.
one. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Talk to you soon. Congressman Gresham Barrett.